Yeah, hi everybody. Dr.JW Morrison, theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Just in, updated about an hour ago, ABC Radio by Kathy Lord and Tim Lamcroft. Good Samaritan chased by debt collectors after calling ambulance for man hit by car. There she is, the Good Samaritan, hey? Jenna said it was unethical and outrageous to chase a homeless person for medical debts. Well, possibly, Jenna, but you're the one in trouble, aren't you, at the moment? Let's see. A Good Samaritan who called an ambulance after a man was hit by a car is angry that her private details were forwarded to a debt collection firm seeking payment for the emergency call-out. Jenna's surname withheld was riding a bike to work in Melbourne in March when she saw the man get hit. No one stopped to help, so, being trained in first aid, she went back and called 000 from her mobile. The man, named Will, was in shock and pain and was too frightened to go to hospital, Jenna told ABC Radio Melbourne. I guess the third thing I noticed was that this person looked like he'd been homeless for a pretty significant period of time, and he was very polite, but he looked very unwell. She said, I was pretty worried about his state of health and well-being. Well, Will refused to go to hospital. I guess he knew a bit more about the way things work than I do. I just assumed he wouldn't be paying for things. He was homeless and therefore he'd be looked after. Australia's a very gracious country when it comes to hospital care, but I don't know what's gone wrong here. A few months later, she was contacted at home on her mobile by Australian Receivables Limited, a company which offers a range of debt collection services. Now, I've said before, Australia is a ruthless country when it comes to debts and things. I heard this really strange message about calling a debt agency, collection agency, Australian Receivables Limited, and I thought that's really odd, she said. About an hour later, my mobile rang and it was Australian Receivables Limited, and they wanted to talk to me about an invoice that was due to Ambulance Victoria. Now, no ethical to chase debts from homeless people. Not ethical to chase debts from homeless people. Jenna said on the second call she threatened the company with legal action. At that point, I got a bit cranky. I said, this is completely inappropriate. I'm really distressed. You've called me on my home number and now you're calling me on my mobile. Jenna said it was unethical and outrageous to chase a homeless person for medical debts, and it was a breach of privacy for Ambulance Victoria to pass her details to the ARL. Speaking on ABC Radio Melbourne, Mick Stevenson, the Executive Director of Emergency Operations from Ambulance Victoria, apologised. Jenna's got every right to be incredibly frustrated and disappointed because it's wrong, he said. They called to identify if Jenna is responsible for the bill. She's not responsible for the bill, so that should have been the end of the matter. What's happened after this is not procedure. Jenna had been reluctant to call 000 after previous experience where she had stopped to help a woman lying unconscious in a gutter in St Kilda in the early hours of the morning. When police arrived, they were aggressive and rude to both her and the woman, she said. So it was with some trepidation that she made another call to 000. I don't think she'll be making any more, do you? No further contact should have been made. In a further statement, Ambulance Victoria's Executive Director of Corporate Services, Rob Barr, said an invoice was sent to the patient who did not respond or contact them. There's a picture of an Australian ambulance. So the bill was referred to the Debt Recovery Agency. We provide the agency with the number, in this case used to call 000. Well, that's a bit of a mistake, isn't it? They've just presumed that the number was used was actually the person who called, which it was, but it was actually the person who needed the ambulance, whereas it was a person helping, as this can assist in making contact with the patient, he said. A call was made by the agency to Jenna, who had no link to the patient. No further contact should have been made. ARL has been contacted for comment. Mr. Barr said AV was investigating the incident and seeking full details from the Debt Recovery Agency about how it happened. We applaud those who step in to help strangers in a medical emergency, he said. Now that's more of the Australian spirit. Jenna was not satisfied with the response from AV. She said they could not explain their privacy policy to her or clarify whether her own credit rating would be affected if she had been listed with the debt collection agency, and that's a fair call. After Jenna's story was aired, ABC Radio Melbourne received dozens of calls from members of the public with similar complaints about being chased by debt collectors for Ambulance of Victoria. Well, be careful who you help. or you might end up like Jenna. This is Dr. Jason W. Morrison, theologist, New South Wales, Australia. Bye for now. Yeah, Dr. Jason Morrison, theologist again. I just want to say thank you for watching the videos, and I hope you got plenty of self-rediscovery and freedom out of it. If you watched it on YouTube, please share or like, maybe even comment. If you watched it on Facebook, like, comment, share. But most of all, get out and live. This isn't a rehearsal. You've got a one-off life. Don't let your loyalty and your faithfulness blind you to the life that you should be experiencing. Till the next video, thank you for watching, and bye for now.